did he just say?
He said there's a storm coming in.
I know.
All right, Misfits. Let's go. Days through Tuesday. Welcome back to Misfit Island. This is the island. This is where we gather during perilous times. And I'm sure you've all seen the news. We are living some perilous times. Vienna Tormenta. What did he say? He said there's a storm a-coming. I know. Do you feel it, people? Are you getting the drift? There's a storm coming, man. I'm telling you, normal is not coming back. It's not coming back. It's going to get worse and worse and worse until Jesus Christ comes back and reclaims the planet and takes it back. You know, man forfeited his right to this planet and gave it over to basically the ruler of this world. This thing I've been talking about, this seed war from Genesis 3:15, the root cause of what's going on. And you look at what's going on. And, I mean, if you're an American and you're watching this in America, I mean, I don't know how this would get out to other countries. I don't know how other people get to, watch this with other countries. But yeah, if you're watching this and you look, this country is, is divided. You got 30% of this country that hates this country and wants to destroy this country, and the people that hate this country are letting people in this country that they don't care about this country. They have totally, completely sold out. This country's, that's why I've said I've already went through my 5 stages of grief. I love this country, but if you're falling for the lies or people, where you have one side that's saying that people that love the foundation of this country or this Judeo-Christian philosophy or the theology or whatever, founded on the principles in the Bible, and these people love this country and they, waving the flag and whatever, they love the country and they love the freedoms, they love the Constitution, they love their neighbors, they want to see people prosper. You got one side that does that, and then you got the other side that's destroying this country, that's taking everything away from you. And I got a list of like 50 things they've done in the last 4 years. I mean, just to mention a few, they're taking away all your energy, they're taking away all your food, they're taking away the fertilizer, they're making you eat they're working towards making you eat the bugs. I mean, and then they are going around saying, and these people are burning down cities, taking over colleges, chanting and preaching, saying they want to destroy all Jews in the world. And they're out there saying that people that love this country and are waving the flag is the biggest threat to this country. And you believe that? Unreal. I mean, there is definitely a spiritual war going on, and the people that believe that are definitely falling in that. They're spiritually blinded. I mean, it's the only thing you can say about it, they're spiritually blinded. So, I mean, just to mention a few observations, I was in the Marines and I worked security, a good 8 years of my life. And just the basic training. I mean, you could take a bum off the street and you take him to this field and you say, hey, the president's coming here next week and I want you to show me sites where you think somebody could assassinate him. And the first thing you would do is that building, and that building. Now you got people out there screaming and yelling, saying there's a man climbing up on the roof with a gun, telling the cops, the sharpshooters that are on the other building behind Trump or wherever they're at on the other side of Trump, are watching in their binoculars. And everybody's got it in their ears. The first thing the cops should do is say, hey, we got a guy over there, there's a guy with a gun. Instant, Trump get off the stage, boom, boom. They allowed that to happen. I mean, if you think that's crazy, the government they just released something like 6 months ago, a year ago. Yes, we killed John F. Kennedy. They admitted it. The CIA said we killed him. Crickets. Oh, yeah, next. What's new? What's up next? Where's my dopamine? People, wake up. There's a storm coming. Now, the other thing I want to say, there's a lot of guys I watch, and they all say Trump is a part of the team. It's all together. It's the uniparty. And you know, there's a guy, I watch him on Saturday nights, and he makes valid points, and he shows that Trump's past. He shows his past and everything he's done, and if that's all you look at, I mean, if that's all you observe, you're like, yeah, this guy's evil. He is a part of the club. But you got to look at the fruit of what's going on now. I mean, let me give you, like, we read parables in the book of Luke. So the book of Luke, Jesus is always pointing, like we read one yesterday, where Jesus points out the Pharisee and the tax collector. And the Pharisee's, oh, thank you for not letting me be like this guy. And the Pharisee, this tax collector, is pounding his chest saying, oh, woeful sinner I am. So here's a parable. You got a Christian, or you got a man, anybody. He's bad. He beats on his wife. He cheats on his wife. He's a drunkard. He gambles all his money away. He's killed somebody 20 years ago. I mean, just whatever. You put anybody in any situation, and this person starts hearing the word of God. He starts watching this channel, and he starts going, man, this guy's making sense. And he starts reading the Bible, and then the Lord pierces his heart, and he says, man, and he falls on his knees, and he's like, he realizes, I'm filthy, I'm a sinner, and I believe what the Father has done for me. I believe the Father, actually, God became a man, came down here and paid the price, died for all of my sins, and it was resurrected and lives with the Father now. I believe that, and I want to change my heart. And somebody, another Christian that's been a Christian for 30 years, and he's, I call them sin sniffers, and they're all, oh, you listen to that kind of music, oh, you're evil, or they're not really Christians, they're not singing to the Lord, they're singing to a cult, and you're singing it too, so you're bad. Or they look and say, look, this guy, he used to beat his wife, he was a drunkard, he killed somebody 20 years, he ain't no Christian. Now, you have Trump, and Trump is not the answer. Believe me, Trump is not the answer. Jesus Christ is the answer. And like I said, the norm is not coming back. But you look at the presence. You got to put all the stuff, and these guys, you got people out there that tell you everything that Trump has done. You look at all that and you go, whoa, he's one of the guys. And then you look at what Trump has done since. I mean, he's lost billions. He loves the country. He's doing everything he can to keep the foundation of this country together, of what, your freedoms that the other side is definitely taking away from you. He's trying to keep that going on. He's literally, I mean, the other side that's saying that is democracy isn't hanging in the balance, and everything they're saying that Trump's going to do, they're doing right now. And if you can't see that, you're blind. But anyways, Trump is basically, he's all in. He's all in, and they try to put him in with lawfare. They try with the phony 4 years of Russia. Let's get him for let's trump up this misdemeanor, make it a felony of him paying off some girl that they're saying she admitted that she didn't have sex with or what. I don't know. I don't even get caught up in that weeds. But anyways, everything they're doing to destroy this man. And the people that follow this stuff and the people that are into this stuff, I mean, everybody said the next logical step for these people is to kill them. So they got to get rid of them. You read in the book of Revelation, it talks about the whore that rides the beast, and it says the world was drunk on her fornication. These people in power right now are drunk on their power, and they're going to do anything and everything they can to keep this power. They're not going to let this guy in, and they know that Biden. So hear me out here. They know that Biden, they can't steal it. They know that they can't steal it with Biden in there. So, Biden is I would not doubt if they now, I mean, they've done it. They pulled the trigger with Trump. They went to the full, I mean, I don't think they can do it again. I don't think get away with it next time. Who knows? Maybe they'll use a drone next time or something. But they got to get rid of Biden too. So, look for that in the news. There's a storm coming. If you pay attention, there's a storm coming. So, all that being said, I mean, I get it. It's like 95% of the stuff out there is BS, and like I said, Trump's not the answer, but these people don't like him. The people, everybody that says he's a part of the crowd, the crew or whatever, they don't like him, and they try to take him out, literally. And again, normal's not coming back. And So get used to that fact. And I know people want to bury their head in the sand and don't want to hear anything, and they just, my life is linear, and I got, they're hanging on to the world. And I told you the world's a ghetto. Sooner you realize the world is a ghetto, and that we're at the very end of it, the very end of this history. As soon as you realize that, it's going to be a lot easier to let go. So I got all that out of the way, and it's just like I wasn't even going to do this week. I was going to skip this week because of all that's going on. And, you get a chance to. Last night I started because it all happened before, and then it's like, well, let me try. I did one, and I quit. It's like, okay, I can't do this. So Taco Tuesday. This is the answer. The answer is the Word of God. And if you're not a Christian, and you look at the world and you see what's going on, you're in your gut something's wrong. There is something wrong, and Jesus warned us of this. And let's put it this way: if you was God, how would you let your creation, the people, the human race, how would you let them know you're God? Well, I'll tell you how he did it. He used men inspired by him to write a book over almost 2,000 years. There was 66 books and it became one book. We call it the Bible. But the way he verifies that he is God and what he has done, he verifies it by giving you prophecy. Patterns and prophecy of like, this is going to happen in the future. And when it happens, bingo, bango, boombo, boom, hello, I am God. That's how he chose to do it. Now, we're all given free will, and we have that choice to believe it or not. And if you don't believe it, so if there's anybody out there, any institution that you're in, and they're saying Jesus plus, it's fake, it's false, and it's heresy, and it's not going to end well for the people's teaching that. It's Jesus and Jesus only, price he paid. So get that out of the way. Yeah, there's a storm coming, and the reason, Misfit Island, we're here to prepare for those perilous times. And how do we do it? We do it by reading the Word of God. And that's to help us try to decipher all this deception. I mean, because the world it's full of deception. It's bad. It's bad. There's so many things I've believed in the past, and it's not true. And again, I'm not trying to defend Trump. I'm just saying, you look at the fruit of what's going on, they're trying to destroy this man. I don't know how. It's like they said, no, Jesus healed a man. They said he's healing him by Beelzebub, the devil. It's the devil, or and it's like, and Jesus is like, how can the devil defeat a devil inside this man? And it be, he's saying a house divided cannot stand, which, obviously that's a prophecy of America right now. That's another thing about all this. People, USA, they need to find something else, because USA stands for United States of America. We are not united. I'm telling you, there's 30% of this country hates this country, and they're doing it. And you know what? If Trump does get in office, they're not going to stop. They are never going to stop. They are going to destroy this country, and we're not in prophecy. So, one day this country will be insignificant. We are not there in the last days. So all you people that are narcissistic and think America, what about America? We're not there. We're not there. Neither is Mexico, Canada, South America, North America, Central America. It's all about Israel, Jerusalem, and the inner squad, and all these Arabs that hate them from back on the Esau and Jacob, or the lady that gave birth to the twins, and one came out first and pulled them back. That war's been going on ever since then, and it's not going to stop until Jesus comes back. So you need to put on your big boy britches and realize that it's getting bad, and it's not going to get any better. And but Jesus is in charge, and his word is going to come true. He's not up there shaking and quaking in his boots, going, "Oh, things aren't going right." It's going exactly how it's supposed to go. And the time is ending, and like yesterday, you're doing one thing, and the next thing you know, you see this news. There's going to be a day like I did last week, where we're gone, and it's like they say, on like Donkey Kong. It's on. So, I would encourage you, and that's why I'm here doing this. I'm spending almost all my time off, to get the word out, because I mean, if you have people out there you love and you're not telling this on your own or sharing this video with them, what are you doing? Wake up, people. Wake up. I mean, you don't have to share this video. I mean, it's like I said, my mission here is to read the word daily, and I know there's a misfit number 2 out there. I know there's at least one that's going to see one of these videos, or they're going to start watching, and they're going to come to the truth. And that's my whole mission. I'm not here to be egotistical or try to look, I got 2 million views. I mean, I'm not. It's I just want to get the word out, and I trust that the Lord is going to get this word out to that one person. So, but I'm telling you, the people that do watch, I know there's people in your life that you love that don't know the Lord. We ain't got time to sit back and you need to be bold. We need to start telling. We need to bring these people kicking and screaming. Pray, 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 pray. Not. I don't know. Why don't people pray? I mean, again, like I said, I had a 15-year backslide, and so I mean, I do understand, but I don't know. Well, so today is Taco Tuesday. We are what week are we in? We're on week 10. This is episode 46, and we're going to continue in the book of we're going to continue in the book of Revelation. But so since you have that fresh in your mind, you see what happened. It's literally, he turns his head and like this, and it's like it misses him. I mean, if it stayed like this, we'd be talking. It'd be a whole different thing going on right now. But anyways, there is going to be this man that comes along the scene after all this craziness that we already talked about in the book of Revelation. The 7 seals and the 4 trumpets, and I think we're going to cover the first woe. But there is going to be this man that comes on in 13 where it says that he rises up through these 10 kings, and his little horn rises up, speaks these blasphemous things. And this man, I'm going to read the verse, but it talks about how here, actually, let me just read it. So I got pulled it up already. It's in Zechariah, and a lot of people believe this is a description of what's going to happen to the Antichrist that comes along the scene. So Zechariah 11:15 says, "And the Lord said to me, next take for yourself the implements of a foolish shepherd. For indeed I will rise up a shepherd in the land who will not care for those who are cut off, nor seek the young, nor heal those that are broken, nor feed those that stand still, but he will eat the flesh of the fat and tear their hooves in pieces. Woe to the worthless shepherd who leaves the flock. A sword shall be against his arm and against his right eye. He shall completely wither, and his right eye shall be totally blinded." So all the things that saying the shepherd, all the things that he doesn't do for these people. I mean, you shepherds out there, you pastors, you preachers, you TV evangelists, these are the things you're supposed to be doing. It says he will not care for those who are cut off. Well, that's the common of the Jews. Seek the young, or heal those that are broken, or feed those that stand still. This guy is going to eat their flesh and fat and tear their hooves to pieces. But anyways, it says a sword is going to rise up against him. It's going to wither his arm and blacken his eye. So let's take you over to Revelation. So Revelation 13. We'll get to that in a couple weeks. Let me just start reading the whole thing. I'm not sure where to start, or the part I want to get to. I'll just start reading the whole chapter. "Then I stood on the sand of the sea, and I saw a beast rising up out of the sea." Remember, the sea is like this analogy of the masses, the people. Remember the crystal sea around the throne is the raptured church, the bride. So, we're watching the throne, what's taking place when Jesus. I wonder if we're going to see John there, or if John's kind of like this little hologram or something. If we're going to be sitting there and we're going to see John like, taking notes of what's going on around the throne. But actually, I think chapter 10 it shows how he's like, it's like a book he eats, and it's given with this book that he writes, the book of Revelation. Anyways, it says, out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and these people that draw these images like it's an actual beast with these heads and horns, and it's talking about governments and peoples. 10 crowns, and on his head a blasphemous name. Now the beast which I saw was like a leopard, his feet like the feet of a bear, and his mouth like the mouth of a lion. The dragon gave him his power, his throne, and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as if it had been mortally wounded, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world marveled and followed the beast. So they worshipped the dragon, gave authority to the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, who is like the beast? Who is able to make war with him? Remember, I was there in chapter 6, and the people were like, on the 6th seal, and these people were saying this is the Antichrist, and they're like, oh, fall on us. I said, maybe the scroll rolled, the heavens will roll back, and they can see that God's judging them, and the Lamb's judging them, and they're like, please, rocks, fall on us, and they're hiding in their caves. And it says, who's able to stand against him? And they know it's God, and they're blaming God and Jesus. And I said, these people clearly aren't the Antichrist, because later on you'll see that they do say the same thing about the Antichrist. Well, they're going to see this guy. This guy rises up, and he's probably making a name for himself, and people know who he is. And like Trump, because you got this vision in your head, right? Bam! Something happens is where he dies for 3. There's somewhere else that says he's actually literally dead for 3 days, and he rises. If he's really dead, or if it's like fake, and it mortally wounds his hand, his eye, and his arm. And a lot of people say when they make you take the mark, where you got to take it on your forehead or your hand, that's one of the reasons why. It's like you're taking his name, his image, or the number of his name, or the number of the beast, or whatever. I forgot how it's worded. I might be saying that wrong. But anyways, it's like a sign because of what happened to him. You're like, yes. And when I say, who is able to make war with him? And he was given a mouth speaking great things and blasphemy, and he was given authority to continue for 42 months. Then he opened the mouth of blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, his tabernacle, and those who dwell in heaven. Those who dwell in heaven. Who's that? That would be us. We're already there. So all you people thinking you're a mid-tribber, because this is mid-trib, and he's given 42 months, 3.5 years to rule and reign. And, like I said, there's these woes. I think it's chronological. But anyways, just trip on this. Let's say Trump was shot in the eye, and say a bullet blew his arm off, and the world mourned him for 3 days and thought he was dead, and then boom, Trump's alive. Obviously, all this stuff takes place has not taken place. So, but I'm just saying, because you can visualize it at this point in time. So if you're watching this a year later, I don't know if you can, you'll see the stuff or whatever, or maybe after the rapture happens, you'll be like, oh, things will start clicking. Maybe you're my misfit number 2 after we're out of here, and you watch this later, somehow survives. Maybe a misfit island, because the name and the way I look and stuff won't be tagged and deleted, because everything Christian will be gone during that time. There'll be fake Bibles out there. These Bibles will not exist. If I'm gone, hey, you find my house. I got Bibles and food and everything. Just put my dogs out of their misery. Because I'm hoping the Lord puts all these animals to sleep and don't let them sit here and think that they're people that love them, abandon them, and then they starve to death and die. But anyways, yeah, so, just that's what's going to happen. So that's literally going to happen. Something's going to happen where he's mortally wounded, his eyes going to be blackened, his arms going to be withered, and he's going to come back to life, and the beast is going to give him his power. It doesn't say he possesses him. It says he gives him his power. Just like we read in Luke, and he took Jesus to the mountain. He said, "Look at all these nations. I will give it to you if you would just bow down and worship me." And obviously, we know what Jesus did. But he's going to do the same thing with this man. He's going to give him his power. It doesn't say he possesses him, because later on I talk about these 3, the beast, the false prophet, and somebody else, or the three demon frog-likes come out of their mouth. I don't think Satan is going to be possessed by a demon. That's my take on it. Everybody teaches, the Antichrist is possessed by Satan, and but you'll see later these demons come out, and it's like, I don't know. well, I'll get to that point. If the Lord tarries and we're still here in a couple of weeks, I get to that on Taco Tuesday. So yeah, Taco Tuesday. I went on my little rant, and I had to get that out of my system for enabling me to be able to continue on this week. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot more information coming out. I mean, I've already seen, this kid was a Republican here. So there's another thing. They're saying this kid's a Republican, or a registered Republican, which, here's what I think. So the kid, I guarantee you, it's going to come out. This kid he was like having mental problems, like I'm hearing voices or I feel depressed, and he was going to a doctor. He's on medication. Guarantee he's on medication, and I guarantee the doctor, you got MK Ultra, they're doing these word trigger things, and this kid, is getting fed these things. And then when Biden said the night before Trump, so all these people talking about January 6th when they was just trying to say, hey, you guys stole the election, which anybody that has a brain in their head knows they stole the election. Biden gets 81 million votes and 2 million or 10 million more than Obama. Come on, please, don't get me on that. Anyways, Biden said the night before this guy tried to kill Trump, he said something into the effect, I'm paraphrasing, we need to put Trump in the crosshairs. Could that be a trigger word for this kid to go, I'm doing it? MK Ultra, look it up. Mind control. These kids out there doing this stuff, it's mind control. I bet you if they investigated and they look at every single one of Trump's rallies, I guarantee there was a weak spot at every single one of them. A weak spot, a perfect place. Where this kid went up that roof, it was the perfect place to do an assassination. Perfect. The entire place. I mean, the one place that you would definitely focus on is this building and the two that the snipers was on. And it's their job to wipe people out. And they allow the guy to get off like 8 shots before they finally take a shot. And then let me go on the DEI stuff. Oh, the lady that's head of the Secret Service said, I need to get 30% women. Nothing against women. Some bad women out there. Tough women. But we need, it's all about not who's the best qualified. It's about we need to get this person, DEI. Look it up. If you don't know anything about it, look it up. What these people that say democracy's in there, and then the balance, and it's almost over if you DEI. If you go back and look at the video of these women trying to protect Trump, they can't unholster their gun, and they can't put it back in their holster. I mean, that's basic training. Like I said, I did security. I did security for a company where we would protect a guy that would deliver like all the diamonds and jewelry for Macy's. And then it's a simple, you drive from one city to another city, and they teach you the basics of how you protect this guy while he's going to the store and coming back. I mean, this is like security officer stuff. These guys are Secret Service. It's a hit job. Guarantee you, hit job, and all the people that's doing their little phonies, feel sorry for Donald. I can't say Trump or whatever. I mean, Biden was probably like pissed. He said, what's it take to get rid of this guy? And I remember I just flipped over to CNN right after I first started watching it. They didn't even say it was an assassination attempt on Trump. They said two injured a Trump rally. And then the chick, she's like, we're going to show you the 2-minute video. And she was smirking as they went to it. I mean, they're just salivating. The seed of Satan. The seed of Satan. There's a war going on here, people. There's a storm coming. There's a war going on. It's coming to the end. That's why all this stuff's happening. I mean, it's going to get nuts. It's going to get way worse than this. It's going to get nuts. I'm telling you. Not just in America. Most of the world's already in chaos as it is anyhow. We've been spoiled, rotten, privileged people here in America. We haven't seen this stuff, but I mean, what would you do if there was these 30 million people that's come across the border the last 3 years are all waiting, and they do the trigger point, and you have an October 7th in every city in America. You got people coming through your town, blowing through your town, shooting people, burning them to death, cutting the babies out of wombs, raping the women, killing everybody, screaming Allah Akbar and whatever the Chinese was screaming and whatever the Russians was. I mean, what are you going to do, America? What are you going to do? You going to run and hide? You're going to go, wake up. Wake up. The time is near. It is over. I'm telling you. It is, yesterday, I was on my way home when this happened with Trump, and my phone was blowing up because everybody I've ever told them they're going to kill Trump. They have to. They've done everything they can. The last step is kill Trump. And they're all, I thought Trump was dead when I was driving home. I didn't know. But I'm not just pulling the stuff out of my hat, in my rear end. It's all, like I said, I spend my whole entire day at work listening to people that do this for a living. So in Scripture, Jesus told us, I tell you these things beforehand so you don't freak out. So if you know the Lord and your security is in Him, don't worry about it. I've been saying prepare for perilous times, the misfit army. We shall get. I'll tell you a little story. When I was in the Marines, I was in my boot camp or my infantry training school, but I remember this guy. He's like that typical old salty jarhead, the chiseled jaw, and he's like, in the Marines, if there's just 2 Marines left in the world, we will unite and we will kill and he's cussing, and we're like, yeah, hoorah, motivational speak, but I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. Like, yeah, if there's just 2 Marines, we will find each other and we will fight. So come on, Misfit Army. Let's join this battle. Let's go out there and fight for our loved ones and preach the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ. He is coming back to get his bride, and then he will come back and he will punish those who rejected him, and he will take this earth back, and he will reign and rule here for 1,000 years. Anybody teaching you anything different is lying to you. And how do I know that? Because Jesus took 40 authors to tell us beforehand that it was going to take place. So, am I passionate about this? Yes, because it's serious. And the people are they're like, it's like, if you've seen the video and I make fun of it, where Biden is like reading this monitor and he's like, 4 more years. Pause. I feel like everybody is saying, pause. It's like they're walking around asleep, or their world is full of static, or they're taking the blue pill and they went back and believe whatever they want to believe, like he says. It's sad. It is sad. Okay. So I didn't get to do Taco Tuesday, but maybe I'll just wipe out Hump Wednesday and do my Taco Tuesday, because I love the book of Revelation. Maybe we'll just wipe out the good news for Hump Day Wednesday to get over the hump, and we'll just rip into some book of Revelation on Wednesday. I went long, but, and I could have went probably another hour talking about all of this, but I just kind of try to do some bullet points of what's going on. And I'm sure you've been watching the news for the last 3 or 4 days. All right, brothers and sisters, misfits, I'll see you guys tomorrow on Hump Day Wednesday.